Hello everyone, welcome back to Canadian Flight Sim. Today we'll continue our second part here into the tour of England and the UK with a new update with Microsoft Flight Sim using SkyPark as our guide. We are here at Membury Airfield where we landed last time, and today we're gonna go to Leicester City first, and then from there we'll see how much time that takes, and if we've got enough time in the video we can possibly hit the second leg or the third leg as well. So here's the SkyPark app. As you can see, we're here in Membury Airfield. There's Leicester City, and then possibly even into Norwich if we get the chance. But in terms of sightseeing, from Membury to Leicester, here you can see the really just have one thing to see on the way here, which is Blenheim Palace. So we'll try to hit that, circle around it a few times since we have the time to get a good look, and then we'll land at Leicester. And by the looks of it, actually, now that I look at it a little closer, there's really no significant waypoint to look at according to this app here. So what we might do is stop the video over at Leicester City. I'll complete this leg offline and then continue the rest of the tour because there's more things to see up ahead after that. So anyways, that's the plan. Different plane this time. Last time we used the 172 Skyhawk from Cessna. Since then, Carnado, which is a private company that releases planes for simulators, it's been released for a while now, but have this 182 Skylane. It's pretty much like the default 172 that comes with the simulator, except that this one's got a little bit higher speed capacity, so it'll help when we are traveling through nothingness between different waypoints. It's just easier for me to get to the next place while we're waiting for a viewpoint to show up here. So as you can see, it's a pretty good day outside here, an early morning. The time I've set is about 9 a.m. here. So anyways, I'm just gonna quickly pull up the checklist for this plane so we can get it up and running. When you buy this plane from them, they give you PDF files with all the checklists so you can properly start her up. So all the electronics are off and we just need to open our cowl flaps. And fuel selector is already on both, so that's good. Oops. Zoom in a bit here. We'll turn our throttle to about quarter. Right there. Propeller goes all the way in. We're at idle cutoff for the mixture. We'll do a quick test of the battery. The test light turns on. Good. We'll turn on our batteries. We'll let that initiate there for a second. While it does that, we'll switch on our beacon light. All that's up and running. And then for the startup itself, we turn on the fuel pump switch. We'll rich the mixture. Let that run for a little bit. Back to idle, cut off, turn off the fuel pump, and then we'll turn the key. And there we go. Stable RPMs. And we'll try to decrease our throttle now to hit about 1,000 RPM, sitting here idle. That's about good enough. We'll hit our avionics on now. Taxi and landing lights can go on, nav, strobe, all that good stuff. Pitot heat, we'll just turn it on. Everything else looks good. Startup is a success. So I usually like to turn this little guy off. And then for the PFD, like the terrain view, wind data's on good, nav data's on perfect. We won't be using nav data anyways. We'll turn the CDI to GPS, and with that, put in a quick flight plan. Let's change views here. There we go. Flight plan. We're going from Echo Golf Oscar Charlie. There is Membury Airfield. Enter that in. And then we're going to Leicester, which is Echo Golf Bravo Golf. Leicester. Enter that in. And there we go, 70 nautical miles. And that's it for that. Flight plan is in. If we zoom out of here now, you can see you've got a little bit of a indicator there. I'm just going to turn that part off. So if I look at my runways here for this airport, looks like that is a runway right over there. So we might just use that. Might be much easier for us. Take straight off, and then we'll level out, turn around, and go towards wherever we want to go after that. So that seems like the plan. So we'll get some pushback. I don't know where this car is going. We'll ignore it for now. A little bit of pushback there. Fake pushback. This plane can go on grass as well, so it's not a big problem. That's good enough. Get back on the interior view here. Parking brake is off, so that's good. And we'll give it some power. At least I think that's a runway. This is an airfield, which makes it way harder. Let's brake over here. Okay, I see. What we'll do actually is go all the way to the end, their end, and turn around. takeoff. It's a very short runway, but this plane does not need a lot of space, luckily. Well, actually, at the end of this runway is another one where it crisscrosses. So let's use that one instead, because that's a much longer one and it looks a little more established than this guy here. This one right here. So find our way and go to one end of this runway. Once again, we're not using air traffic control either. We'll just take off, stay onto the grass here, but yeah, we're not using the air traffic control at all. Not great for touring. The downside, as you probably saw in the last video, is that you don't know if there's other planes around you. Looks like there are a couple of multiplayer people around, so that's nice. Get ourselves nice and situated on the runway, and we'll do a takeoff checklist, and then let's get this show on the road after that. So we'll brake it right there, throttle back, parking brakes on. So yeah, altimeters synchronized, feels good to go. Mixture is set. We're not using autopilot now. Navs and comms are all set. GPS is dialed in. Flaps will go down to 10 degrees. Cowl flaps are open. Lights are non-on as needed. And we just take off. So we'll change our view again here. Do that. Parking brakes off. Let's go full throttle. Try to maintain a center line even though there isn't one. And this looks like a bumpy runway as well, so airspeed is good, it's alive. We'll start pitching the nose up at about 50 to 60 right there. And there we go. We've got positive rate. Flaps can come up when we hit 70. Flaps are up. To about, let's level off here, 1,000 actually. I think that's that town that we saw when we were coming in the last video. So kind of leveled off here at 1100. We can close our cowls. Climbed there a little bit, wasn't paying attention. I was looking at my map there. So I'm gonna descend just a tad. I want to get down to about 1,000 feet-ish, just for optimal viewing. Lots of farms and fields. Lots of multiplayer players around as well there. As you can see to our right, that might be, you know, people checking out more of the Europe updates here. Sorry, not the Europe, but the UK updates. Overall, very nice. Let's have an outside look here. Oops. Wrong button. Outside look here. Yeah, look at that. Wonderful views. Just wonderful. Let's get back inside the plane here. Is that a windmill? Or not a windmill, a wind turbine over there. Maybe let's have a look. That thing there, maybe? I don't know if you can see it better. Yeah, just a lone little, maybe it is a windmill, maybe it's a wind turbine, who knows. But it is just by itself, it's not a wind farm. Synchronize our heading, which is good. Yeah, as you see, this plane can go a bit faster. The Skyhawk 172 maxes out at 120. This one can go up to 170. You're in the yellow here, so you are going a bit fast, but you're not in the red, which is above 170, I believe, or 175, something like that. So, Blenheim Palace should be coming up in a bit as we race towards it. And I'm also approaching my target altitude here. So I might trim us a little bit. Little bit of wind, I believe. Just a crosswind at 2 knots, so not too bad. Not too bad at all. We got a little bit of water coming up there. Could be lake of some sorts. But yeah, a lot of the English countryside here, really. Kind of looks like, well, a lot of trees around and kind of a swampy area even. Let's have a look here to the side, a little stream. Little lakes or ponds, whatever you want to call it, and little houses in there too, so that's nice. Well, it looks like a lot of their backyards kind of open up into the water, which is, that's pretty nice to have. Well, that's cool. There's a farm there, and I don't know if that's a combine in the middle of it right there. can see little villages or towns and little roads. You can see the cars on them. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So I'll turn to the right a little bit because Blenheim is that way. If it's that over there. As we get close enough, as you saw in the last video, the flight sims little markers will come up as well, so we'll just wait for them to come up and then try to target that. Yep, there it is. 5 miles. Blenheim Palace. Now I don't know much about it, so we'll have a look, see what it looks like, and I wish I had someone who is knowledgeable about these things. Maybe do a little bit of a quick blurb about the history and the, just the information, general information about what we're flying over. I'm going to turn to the right just a smidge, so we can see it from the side and then circle around it, hopefully. A little bit here as well. Come back on the throttle so we can slow ourselves down. Get a good look. There it is. Oh, that looks really, really nice. Really nice. It's huge. I mean, you expect it to be huge. It's a palace, but wow. A little fountain there too, as you can see. Let's see if we can get it out the side window here. There we go. Coming into view now. Wow, look at that. Let's circle around it so we can get another good view of it. Because there's little towns around it as well. The other end of it's pretty nice too. That must be the entrance way. Let's turn a bit sharper here. Cathedral there coming up. Whole marsh. You can see the algae kind of growing in there too, and this is the town that's next to the palace there. Man, that's great. Alright, let's get back on track here. Catch up back with our GPS line, and well, for the most part, like I said, on this trail, this track, or this leg of our tour, Blenheim Palace is really the only thing. So what I'll do is I'll kind of time out here. I'll fly the plane, get you guys back in when we come in for the approach, or if I see anything cool along the way, well, I'll show it to you guys. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys again when we come in to land. So, see you in a bit. Alright guys, so we're coming up on a town here, the town of Banbury, on our way to Leicester City. So, looks like a quite significant town. It looks pretty big here. All of this. Lots of nice buildings around, so we'll have a quick look around, see what the town looks like. As we fly over it, looks like there's a little river stream thing running right through it as well. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so just a bunch of farmland coming up into it as we fly over it here. And lots of buildings, office buildings type of things as well. Yeah. Little homes out in the suburbs. Look, little tennis courts over there, I think. Athletic centers of such, and a lot of buildings. A little church over there too. Wow. That's a big complex. I wonder what that is. Maybe a mall or something. Trying to leave the town. Little bridges. Little lake. And then that is the town of Membury, folks. So once again, I'll leave you here and come back and show you something cool if it pops up. Alright guys, we are at Leicester City now, coming into it, so I thought we would fly around the city a little bit, see what Leicester City looks like. It is quite a significantly large city. And we're just getting into the limits, the city limits here now. See some apartment complexes over here to their bottom. Looks like there's a stream slash river thing running right through it as we get more towards the center here. Start to see more homes come into view as it gets more and more dense and dense as we get closer to the center here. It looks like it does have a bit of a center skyline scenery as well. So we'll kind of go through there. Our airport is actually to the right. So we'll circle around there and land here in a bit, but let's enjoy Leicester City for a little bit here. And they've got a pretty decent soccer team as well, so I believe they won the English Premier League title a few years back. And there we go, we're getting way more denser now as we get closer to the center. A lot of homes, buildings. And this might be the city center, if you will. I'm trying to see if we can spot our airport here. It should be to our right. But oh, I think I see a soccer stadium where the Leicester City club plays. Might be coming up to our left here anytime, any moment here. There it is. Look at that. That looks amazing. Right next to the river as well. And that's Leicester City. The airport's to our right over there somewhere. Somewhere is what we'll do here. Is we'll make a left turn. Actually shouldn't have made a left turn. Darn. Let's go right. Let's go fly over the airport first and join the traffic pattern at some point. They have a runway 33. The way we're positioned, it looks like if we can go downwind 3-3 and then final, base and final into 3-3, so let's try that. Might be our best bet. So it should be this way somewhere. Look around here. We're probably on the other end of Leicester. And oh yeah, our GPS right here is showing us too that we're heading right towards it. Drop some altitude here while we're getting closer. There it is. Oops. Wrong button there, guys. There's the runway. So we'll choose this runway right here that's coming up. So we'll go downwind of it. Or actually, what do we got here? That runway 33, there it is. So we'll go this way. Get nice and downwind of it. There. Stabilize, get our some separation. I'm coming for a final. That sounds like a plan. We've got good enough speed. We just need to lose some altitude here. Let's try to get down to 1,000 feet. May or may not be happy lights to help us descend at a rate, so hopefully, I mean, it is a significant airport. There's no ILS approaches here either, so it's not as technologically advanced as most major airports. Stay on track here. Alright, we'll head out to this patch of buildings here and turn around after that to come in for final. Although I think we've got more than enough separation. Must be a little satellite town outside of Leicester. Alright, we'll actually just turn off right here before we get too far away, and then we're stuck waiting for too long. So we'll do a sharp turn here to 330 heading. Seeing the airport lights there. That seems like a good target to shoot for. decreased significantly, but as we come into approach, we're under 140, so we can go to, we're even under 120 knots here, so we can go second flaps here. And as we go under 100, we go full flaps. Trying to get into our approach speed here. Sure, that is our runway right there. Looks like there are no guiding lights of our glide, but that's okay. Knots of crosswind, not too bad. Should be just fine. We are coming in a bit fast. Let's try to slow ourselves down here. Oh, it's a short runway. Bumpy. Let's brake a little bit. And stop here at the threshold. And we'll go find a place to park after we do a quick post-landing checklist here. In which case we just bring back our flaps and open up the cowl flaps. And then I'm just gonna see what the nearest taxi area is to us. Well, not the taxi, but the parking area is to us. And it looks like we just gotta make a little bit of U-ey here. Let's turn around. This way. Take the second. And this is all for parking. Just gonna slow down a bit here. Way too fast. Way too fast. Park right over here. Little bit more there. And I think that's good enough for us. There we go, we've parked. Welcome to Leicester City. I think I'll end the video here. We'll end our trip here at least. We'll keep the video going just so we can go through our shutdown procedure. So throttles to idle. We'll turn off our electricals and avionics. Boom, boom. And then the mixture comes off, and that ends the flight. So, as you can see here, guys, let me bring up SkyPark here. So we've landed in Leicester City. If I go back to the map here, our next trip is supposed to take us to Norwich, but usually if there's things to see along the way, it oh come on, it gives you these little markers, but for this leg here there are no markers to Norwich. So what I'm gonna do is do this one offline, so you'll probably catch the next video with me being in Norwich, and then we'll go over to Echo Golf November Juliet. We'll pass through Lincoln Cathedral as we do it, land there, and then we'll go from there. So the tour continues. Tune in for part 3. Thanks for watching part 2 and for part 1 if you did. Remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like the video. If that way you'll keep getting notifications when part 3 and subsequent parts come out. And yeah, feel free to leave some comments, tips, concerns. I'd love to hear from you guys, so thank you very much, and I'll catch you in the next one.